The word Hamas is an acronym. Translated, it is Islamic Resistance Movement. The Hamas-Chicago connection first surfaced almost 20 years ago when a suburban man was accused of funneling money to the relatively then unknown group. Tonight, with Hamas, a U.S.-declared terrorist organization and the governing body of Gaza's 2 million Palestinians for the last 16 years, I-Team sources say they expect a surge in Hamas-linked charges with the onset of what's happening in Israel.
In the United States, there were about 5 separate functions that were set up to serve and support activities in the Middle East. 3 of them were based in Chicago, and one individual in particular actually was recruited to go to the territories. One of the people he talked to is the deputy political leader of the Hamas government today.
Former Assistant U.S. Attorney Joe Ferguson led the Chicago prosecution in August 2004. These men indicted here on federal terrorism racketeering charges. Mohammed Salah, a grocer from southwest suburban Bridgeview, and Abdel Halim Ashkar, a Palestinian activist in suburban Washington, D.C. This third man was named as a fugitive, Musa Mohammed Abu Marzouk, then said to be in Syria. Since 1988, they were among nearly 24 people who allegedly funneled millions of dollars to Hamas that for the first time in these Chicago charges was branded as a criminal enterprise. Investigators said Hamas had carried out multiple kidnappings and murders overseas and was heavily funded by Chicago area supporters.
Not everybody was in the same boat, and there were certainly arguments that these were not terrorists.
Chicago defense attorney Tom Durkin represented Abdel Halim Ashkar for part of the Hamas case. Ashkar and co-defendant Mohammed Salah were acquitted by a jury in 2007 on the most serious charge of racketeering conspiracy. But both were convicted of obstructing justice, and Ashkar received an 11-year prison sentence.
One person went to jail for 11.5 years, so I'm not sure that that's a lesser outcome.
One of our main criticisms of the case is that it was dragged out after 9/11 as if it was something to do about terror attacks in 9/11. Which it wasn't.
With Hamas the centerpiece of a Chicago criminal case in 2004, what about Hamas in Chicago today? That question to the new FBI agent in charge here. Do you believe that Hamas still has a presence in the Chicago area?
It's easier for us to be more effective the less we say about what we do on investigations many times. And this would fall into that category.
It actually starts with how we met.
2 decades after Tom Durkin and Joe Ferguson were head-to-head in the landmark Hamas Chicago terror case, now they are side by side here at Loyola Law School.
One of the things that we work very hard to bring to our students is an understanding that being on opposite sides doesn't mean you're enemies.
For 15 years, their classes focus on how terrorism is investigated, prosecuted, defended, and sometimes punished, taught by 2 men who have unique context, especially with a war involving Hamas being fought a world away.
If it results in World War III, it will be for political purposes, completely. And I think that's what's very dangerous.
How we went about things after 9/11, we learned lessons from that. And so we don't do net fishing anymore. We do line fishing in this type of context, or at least I hope we do. I'm not there anymore, but those are the sorts of lessons learned.
Despite an invitation from the instructors, Loyola officials refused to allow the I-Team on campus for this report, given the sensitivity of this topic, according to this email from a university official. The 2 terrorism experts want to shine a light on such a serious American subject.
The Department of Justice, they have a lot of material support cases. Those cases, in my opinion, will get dusted off because it will be politically important to bring some of those cases now. I don't think that the criminal justice system is a good alternative to fight terrorism.
Both Chicago attorneys agree national security and its impact on civil liberties are among the biggest issues in law right now, suddenly complicated by the Israel-Hamas war. They say that's why it's important for students to see them teaching these subjects together.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.